With the Plant Medicine Path. Today we have Mellissa May. And Mellissa, we're going to talk a little bit about Kambo. Really good subject. Melissa's really informed with Kambo. She's a really good friend of ours, too. And she's just really educated on this subject. And we're going to talk about what she's doing with her courses. So, Melissa, tonight, is that what we're going to talk about?
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
And why don't we go ahead? Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself? Tell everybody who you are and then tell them what you do. And we'll go ahead and talk about your course.
Awesome. Yeah, so hi everyone. I am Mellissa May with Kambo of New England, kamboofnewengland.com. I am a Kambo practitioner, a medicine coach, integration coach, um, a lot of different hats in the plant medicine community, as well as a mom, a wifey, some people call me. um,
Wifey,
all the things of
right?
a 3D world as well. Um, I live in Vermont, in northern Vermont, so it is about like 30 degrees right now and dropping. And so, what I'm bringing today to educate and inform everyone, I've spoken about Kambo trainings before, self-serving, serving other people, different training options that there are, and that there is some options here on the East Coast. But today I'm going to be talking about what I'm bringing to the table, why I do what I do, and explain and also offer the early bird discount because it starts up January 8th.
And I'll put that in when we're done here. I'll put that in the. No, I'll make a little note of it when we're done. Okay.
All right,
But
sounds good.
tell us a little bit about your course here.
So the course I've been working with Kambo for over 4 years now. Um, and it's really hit a part of my life and my journey from getting clean, staying sober, to healing with PTSD, complex PTSD, also detoxifying my body. I am continually working on my body, and that, but it has definitely helped quite a bit with my healing process. So I have a deep relationship with it. And I knew the first time that I sat with the medicine, this is something that I wanted to carry. But where I live in Vermont, was no Kambo practitioners.
Mm-hmm.
So when I got served down in Florida, I was like, I need to learn this so that I can serve myself, um, and serve myself safely and be able to, go and do the work, but in a safe way.
Right.
So that's how I started learning. And I started learning from some elders that were in the area when I went and volunteered at a retreat center. Then I started working with a couple practitioners. One was an IAKP practitioner. Another one was a medicine carrier of grandmother who's been working with the medicine. And since then, I've continuously evolved and continued education. I went out to Colorado, learned science behind Kambo, great training. Then I went and I continue my education. I've taken a couple courses with Caitlin Thomas, who is hosting the first human study of Kambo, and how that works for individuals. And I continue being a student. I will always be a student of these
Right.
medicines. But it started with me wanting to be able to serve myself, but there was no practitioners around.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt called to do this. So that's how I started. As I continued to grow and to heal, I started to serve other people, um, and share my knowledge with other people. I took a training, and during that training, I sat with Bufo, so Toad. And in that training, I got a clear message that I'm to bring this to the East Coast and share and empower and teach this. Um, Native Americans and like elders, when elders pass transition, a library goes with them. And it's through their spoken word, their spoken language of storytelling that the information gets passed from generation to generation. That's how the traditions and lineages live on for the teachings. So I think it's really important to be able to share information, empower other people who are called to, um, with this. So I offer self administration trainings that are virtual unless you live in Vermont and or are willing to travel to Vermont, and that can be another story. But you can go and microdose safely and serve yourself safely with a microdose. Going really deep with the medicine is something I tell people you should have a practitioner holding space for you and being able to conduct, to keep you safe, because there's a lot of different things.
Right,
My
because
job.
even though this isn't a psychedelic, there's
Mhm.
still many factors to
Th
Kambo.
There really is. There has been Kambo deaths, and I
Hmm.
tell people, like, if you lie to me when I'm talking to you and asking questions, no judgment, but if you lie to me, you can absolutely die.
Right.
And that's just the facts of the matter. But every single Kambo death is 100% avoidable that have happened. With the information and the knowledge that we know nowadays,
Hmm.
can like be it doesn't have to happen. People can stay safe. And so I'm here to keep people safe, share knowledge, other practitioners who are trained, other um, teachings like IAKP. I strongly encourage people to reach out as practitioners, ask questions from other practitioners, and for practitioners to be transparent, support each other in this. I don't care if you're IAKP, if you're tribal detox, if you're um, frog detox, whatever training you have, or the jungle. Like, we are a network and we really need to build
Yeah.
together in a community. And that's one thing that anyone who works with me, we are a community that is open for questions, for supporting each other, for challenging, the thought process of certain aspects, because that's how we continue to grow and evolve. I do not know everything.
Right.
No one knows everything with this medicine. And in this Western culture we're in, it is we're new to this. We're in infancy. We are not Amazonian
Definitely.
people. We are not living in the Amazon. And that
Right.
brings a whole nother aspect to things.
And
So
I think that goes for all the medicines, actually. I mean, I think we need to come together because we are a growing but yet small community that the more we stand stronger, the stronger we'll be. So,
yeah, absolutely. And sharing the education and the knowledge for those who are called to do this,
mhm.
um, is important. I mean, I have people reaching out all over the US, and I can't travel all over to the US. And if there's people that I know are safe medicine carriers, I can direct people that way. And so what my hopes are is to, as I do these annual trainings once a year for practitioner trainings, that it will be able to at least have one person in each state who is a safe server, who carries this medicine with integrity and honor and can keep you safe, and knows these different aspects of the peptides and how they work in the body, and being able to see if someone's about to faint or fit, or all these aspects of things that happen in Cambo. And it doesn't mean it's not safe. It just means to know how to handle those situations.
Right.
And there's a great place on the West Coast, in Creed, Colorado, called Tribal Detox. I back them in their training. They have amazing safety training. Uh,
Right.
I am no longer associated with them. We actually don't have any contact, but they are still a good school. They are still a good training. And if you're on the West Coast and that works for you, I will go and tell you, I back them, even though we have our differences and we don't talk. Um, and for me, I'm offering training on the East Coast. However, anyone can travel to the training. It's
Right.
fine. Um, but yeah, my hopes is that we'll be able to share this information, for things. to be able to safely serve medicine, because we need this medicine. It is 100% legal. How it stays legal is we keep people safe.
Right.
Australia, there's parts of Australia who have banned it because of deaths that have happened. 100% avoidable
Right.
with proper training.
So tell us a little bit about your 12-week virtual course.
So it's a couple things.
Sure.
Self-serving is a one-on-one virtual. You get a self-serving kit in the mail, and we set up, depending on your learning style, because
Mm-hmm.
everyone's learning is different, that I tailor it to what your learning style is. It's all on Zoom.
Mm-hmm.
It's all recorded, so you can download it and have access to it for the rest of forever. That's a self-serve one. So like, if you're finding you're sitting with medicine a lot and you
Right.
feel called to microdose yourself, you can do that. For the practitioner training,
Mm-hmm.
even if someone just wants to learn to serve themselves, but they want to take the practitioner course, that's fine.
Right.
So it's a combination of things.
Okay.
It is 12 weeks online starting January 8th. So it's 7 to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time starting January 1st of 2023.
Okay.
The reason why it's 12 weeks is because I break down Sananga, Hape, um, going and working with the peptides, working with medications, going and critical thinking for yourself with there, breaking into groups and doing your own research and your own, people in your own life. How would someone handle these situations? Talking about contraindications, how to, talk about real things that we've seen in ceremonies. I mean, I'm sure everyone has seen someone pass right out from Kambo, or
Mm-hmm.
maybe their whole body clenched up.
Right.
Um, or unfortunately someone got up to walk to the bathroom and just fitted, dropped right then and there. And maybe they hit their head, maybe they like fell into something and got injured. Um, or they were having a really scary moment and it's like no one was there to help them to work through that. So it's breaking down all these aspects, because if you take one piece at a time and spend time with that piece
Mm-hmm.
during there, then you're really getting a deeper dive into it. At the
Now, are
same
you
time,
serving yourself? So you're serving yourself the medicine on every week you're doing this?
no, later on through the 12 weeks, we will get
Uh-huh.
to a point where half the class will serve themselves. The other half will be paired up and virtually watching someone. You are not going into a deep experience.
Okay.
You are working with connecting in with the medicine, and you're writing down, you're paying attention to times, all of that. So that part there is you're sitting with the medicine with that, and then the next week we switch, and then the other half does that. Um, so that's like the 12 weeks in a wrap.
Mm-hmm.
Um, then it is, you have a little bit of time after the 12 weeks to just sit with the medicine yourself, whether you're called to sit with a microdose once a day or once a week or whatever that looks like, to just deepen your personal relationship with the medicine. Then we have the in person. So the in person is going to be in Underhill, Vermont. Gorgeous retreat in the Mount Mansfield, like rolling valleys. It's gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where everyone comes together, and we actually go through like scenarios. We go through serving spine points, sitting with spine points, sitting with ankle points, sitting with shoulder points, and seeing the difference with it. Everyone is serving everyone else, they're being served themselves, and setting up ceremony and holding space also, I think, is really important, especially for whatever trainings there is, to bring in ceremony. Everyone's ceremony is different.
Right.
However, even carrying Kambo, I I tried serving Kambo as a doctor, right? Like You set an appointment, here you go, wham bam, thank you ma'am, kind of thing.
Hmm.
There is so much impact on a medicine carrier holding space with Kambo that learning how to channel the energies that are being directed out, protecting yourself, sending it down to the earth, connecting up to the ethers, like taking care of yourself as a medicine carrier is so important. And I
Hmm.
don't think there's enough um, people advocating for this. So, learning how to take care of yourself as a practitioner and knowing when to put down the stick for a little bit doesn't mean you're any less of a medicine carrier. There's this big stigma of or misunderstanding that, oh, you're a medicine carrier. You must like medicine must be your whole world.
Right.
Medicine is a huge part of my world, but I always want to be heart centered. Do I have a 3D job right now? Yes, I do, because I always want to be heart centered with working with this medicine. I never want it to be my only source of abundance
Hmm.
with that, because it's supposed to be heart centered and heart serving and of supporting our world and our humanity in this. So a lot of
I think
people,
that can happen sometimes. I think we can get wrapped up with some of us that are so dedicated and die hard to the medicine that we get wrapped up in this illusion that, not an illusion, but we want to heal so many and we can only heal what we can heal. So,
yeah, absolutely. And we're human too. But being able to have that community and talking in person of, I'm transparent, I will share my struggles, my highs, my lows, my when I had my ass handed to me because I learned new information and I was putting people before at risk. And so I went to all my clients when I learned this new knowledge and I apologized and I owned and said, listen, I came back with new information. But like having these conversations in person, learning how to catch people, learning CPR, like because it's a real thing. Knowing how to spot hyponatremia, knowing how to handle stressful situations in
yeah.
medicine work, because you don't know how people are going to respond and you don't know if they were completely honest on their waiver and the questions that they asked. So that's the in-person part, is we come together, we break bread with that, and it's at a beautiful retreat place, Airbnb in the mountains of Vermont. And I'm actually providing airport. I will pick whoever, if someone, I already have someone flying in from a couple places. So I will pick them up at BTV, which is a local airport here, and provide transportation. All the fees are is the cost of the course. And then I will bring you to a local market because everyone has a different eating, and you purchase your own food for the time. And so
And
that's
what is the cost, Mellissa?
so the early bird right now is $888 has to get sent non-refundable to secure your seat. Then $555 needs to be sent by December 15th. Or you can send $1,443.
Hmm.
So if someone wants to go and make payment arrangements, message me. Let's have a conversation and see if we can work something out with
Perfect.
that. After December 15th, it is going to be 1888.
Now that includes the medicine, Melissa?
So
Am I correct?
that includes all the Zoom courses that are recorded,
Hmm.
that you will be able to download after the in-person training, your
Hmm.
stay, the pickup from the shuttle from the airport, and all of that. You
Okay.
get you are going to leave fully set up with medicine, all the things to serve.
Awesome.
So you will
Absolutely.
be leaving fully supplied with everything you need to start serving medicine, whether it's just to yourself or to yourself and others.
Sounds absolutely amazing. But Bill has a question. Phil, are you going to be in Florida anytime soon?
As of right now, I don't have a trip planned. If
No trip to Florida.
not yet planned. However,
So
who knows? If there becomes a group wanting to, then that'll
it's
align.
you can always do that for Mellissa too. We
Yeah.
can always do groups. Um, any good plans for the holidays?
A lot of self-care. A lot
There
of
you go.
self-care and coming in this winter. I've stepped back and have just been doing self-care, self-work, home, hearth, healing, growth, like so that coming the first of the year, I'm revamped, re-energized, refocused, clarity, so that I can show up as a better medicine carrier.
Absolutely.
Um,
Stepping back is cool for sometimes. Stepping back is cool. And
it is.
acknowledging you're stepping back is even
Yeah,
cooler. You know?
absolutely. I think there needs to be more conversation of people being
Sure.
like, "Yeah, I'm stepping back." "Oh, Melissa, you
Absolutely.
went back to a 3D job."
Yeah.
Like, these are real things.
Right.
Oh, what did we have? Hi, Melissa. Thank you for sharing as a Kambo facilitator. Everything that you have mentioned has resonated a ton. Many blessings to you.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Facebook user.
We
Yeah,
all need those. We all yeah, we all need those 3Ds. We all need that 3D. For me, I need it. For me, I had to have this recently. So,
right.
well,
I mean, and these times right now,
mhm,
there's a lot of fear out
there's a
there.
lot. Hmm.
And one thing that I've really taken away throughout the past few years is, and that will bring us through whatever, is to know that you're always provided for. It might not be what you think that you wanted or you needed, but at the end of the day, you always have what you need. It doesn't
Absolutely.
necessarily mean what you want. And our
Yeah.
needs, we might think we need this, whoops, this much when actually we only need this much right now. So to
Isn't
do
that an
that,
old song? That isn't that an old song? You
uh,
can't always get what you. Well, I'm
yep.
showing my age right now. You can't always get what you want. You
Yeah,
get what
and
you need.
and with it, to know that you're always provided for, it's an opportunity to connect in with source, whatever your higher power is, to really build on that relationship that you have with your higher source, of trusting that you're going to be okay and it's going to be okay.
Yeah.
It might not be exactly what you thought, but you're going to be okay. You've already made it this far.
You already did.
You already made it this far.
Yeah.
And I think it's, really important for transparency, especially us medicine carriers, to have these open, honest conversations and to be real and to be authentic, because we are humans just like everyone else.
Just like
And
everyone else, right?
my prayer is, by the end of my life here on this plane, that people will no longer need the medicine like they need it today, because you will realize you are the medicine.
Absolutely.
And like for myself, when I first started this journey, I used medicine of, of all the kinds, frequently,
Yeah.
daily, multiple times, depending, Sananga, Hape, camp, whatever it is. But I was using medicine on the daily of some way, shape, or form. But the
Hmm.
key now is I walk in medicine more than I have physically consumed medicine. And I believe that's where we want to keep going towards, because we are the medicine. These are just
Absolutely.
tools to bring us back to who we are.
Hmm. The
And
medicine is the catalyst. That's all.
it is.
So,
It's just
mhm,
reminding us who we are inside and that we have this medicine inside, every single one of us. And using the medicine and the taking those lessons and integrating it and taking time to process, and taking time in between medicine to integrate what you have been given for information and processing that through is so important. And
well, that's
so
what we're doing now. That's what me and you are doing now. We're integrating what we've taken, taking the process to the 3D, showing it to the masses, and coming back.
exactly.
We don't even leave. We just stay. So I like the medicine. I like that we are the medicine. I never really understood that in the beginning, but I really understand it now
Mhm.
fully. And if anybody wants a Kambo experience, Mellissa May, she's up there in what states you handle, Melissa? Vermont, New
I'm in
York, Massachusetts.
I have traveled all over New England.
Hmm.
I do have a practitioner that I trained who is in Florida. Um, Her name's Morgan. So I do have one in Florida there, and
And we love Morgan. So Morgan's vetted. Morgan's a good one.
yeah, and
So
so I mean, my hopes is if you are being called to work with Kambo, you can go to IAKP. Let me touch on this. Why I'm doing it the way I am. So 12 weeks in person, take a few weeks of self work, building up your relationship with the medicine, and then going in person. And then, like, even afterwards, you can it do seizures potentially leads? Yes, 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 yes. Yep. Absolutely. Such a good point there. Yeah, and that's hyponatremia. It's 100% avoidable when you take precautions with it. And you're absolutely right. The ayahuasca dieta of the sodium and low sodium content and what ayahuasca does in the body and mixing Kambo after it. I will not serve someone Kambo after ayahuasca. I will not do it. No way whatsoever. It is a huge risk. I don't care who you are, and I will go up against anyone and challenge it. That if you are sitting with Kambo after ayahuasca, you are putting yourself in jeopardy of hyponatremia. And if your practitioner doesn't know how to handle hyponatremia, the likelihood of you transitioning is right there. Um,
mhm.
so but that's where it's so important to be informed and have
Yeah.
this information and be educated, and then like don't just stop your training with me. Like reach out for other practitioners or take some online courses. Like I just took 2 new online courses to continue my education because
Hmm.
new information's coming out. And that's something I'm really passionate about with the trainings, and that is keeping Kambo safe by keeping the client safe. Taking this information and education, yes, we have ceremony aspects of it, but we also have science and new studies coming out and understanding more of the body and the peptides and how it works on a science level for understanding it. And so nowadays in this time, people don't necessarily want to go to the jungle. Okay. They don't feel safe going to the jungle, whether, whatever's going on in the jungle, unfortunately, for some people in trainings, or just the fear of getting locked in Peru if the border shut down again,
Right.
and that they can't take the time away, or they can't travel and take a 2-week training course, 3-week training course somewhere, and they can't spend 3,000, 4,000, $5,000 in training.
Right.
This needs to be affordable, also honoring the medicine and respecting the medicine. But if it's your calling to do this, you will find a way to make it work.
Hmm.
And I encourage people to reach out and to ask, like, if you are serious and you want to learn and you want to work with me, you have to feel a resonance with whoever you're training with. You have to feel like safe. You have to feel that you're not being taken advantage of, and that you feel safe training with whoever it is, me, myself, other trainers, and take this time to sit. But if you have a calling, like, and you want to work with me, reach out to me. If financial is an issue, let's have a conversation. You don't know what the possibilities are for things. I mean, there is a price, an energy exchange for it, but I'm also a human being, and I've been blessed before with people saying, you know what? Let's break this up into a couple payments. What can you do? Let's follow through with it.
Perfect.
At the end of the day, I am here to share my knowledge, my empowerment, support individuals, and spread safety, education, and share so that we can have more educated, informed, safe Kambo practitioners
Well,
in
thank
this
you.
world.
Yep.
So, yeah, if anyone's interested in it, again, it's 888 non-refundable deposit to hold your seat, and then 555 due by December 15th. After that, the price goes up to 1888. You will
Hmm.
have a full Kambo kit sent to you in the mail. You will receive it fully stocked, hot base, Sananga, all the things. um Beautiful medicine, ethically harvested, sustainability, that is very important for me, and how that comes. So that's another aspect of it. So yeah, I mean, I could talk about this till I'm blue in the face,
Well,
but
we'll do this. We'll end it there, and we'll also do this. We'll put a post up on all the information we went over. We'll follow up with you in a couple weeks. And this is January, so if people are definitely interested, we should hop on this pretty soon. The holidays are coming up, and maybe this is a great Christmas gift for somebody, you know?
oh man,
So
I didn't even think about that. But yeah,
there we go. There we
absolutely. If
go.
you know someone who has been wanting to do it,
Yep.
yeah.
There we go. All right, Melissa. Thank you
All
so
right.
much. Have
Yeah,
a great night.
absolutely. Thank you.